Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Ken Kitts, president of the University of North Alabama, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff of UNA, I welcome you to our spring commencement ceremony honoring bachelor's degree graduates of the Sanders College of Business and Technology. Please rise as we bow our heads for a moment of silence and give thanks for our many blessings this year and for these special graduates. Amen. And please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This ceremony represents a very special time for each graduate and his or her family and friends. And to maintain the dignity of this distinctive occasion and out of respect for all of our graduates, we ask that you please silence cell phones and remain seated until the ceremony is ended so that each graduate's name can be heard. Commencement is a celebration of academic attainment, and to bring greetings to you from the academic community of the University of North Alabama, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Brian Smith.
Thank you, President Kitts. We're grateful for your leadership. Graduates, today is a day of celebration, a day of joy, and a day of reflection. We gather here to honor your remarkable achievements, your perseverance, and your dedication. As the Provost of the University of North Alabama, it's my distinct pleasure to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. You've navigated the challenges of rigorous coursework, embraced opportunities for growth, demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity. Your journey has been one of discovery, learning, and transformation. Today, we celebrate not just the culmination of your academic endeavors, but the beginning of a new chapter filled with endless possibilities. As you step into this new chapter, remember the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson. What lies behind us and what lies before us matters little compared to what lies within us. You are now equipped with the knowledge, skills, and experiences to make a difference. Whether you pursue further education, enter the workforce, or embark on personal endeavors, let your education be the foundation upon which you build a better future. During your time at UNA, you've built lasting relationships, discovered new passions, and honed your skills. These experiences have not only prepared you for professional success, but have also instilled in you a sense of purpose and a commitment to making the world a better place. Embrace the challenges ahead with confidence, knowing you are capable of achieving greatness. As you move forward, Remember that you are always part of the UNA family. Stay connected, support one another, and continue to embody the values that have guided you thus far. The world needs your courage, your innovation, and your leadership. Finally, I leave you with the thoughts from Henry David Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Congratulations and Roar Lions.
Thank you, Provost Smith. I want to introduce now several people who are celebrating this special occasion with you and ask that these individuals stand when their names are called. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. On stage with me are Dr. Vince Bruton, Dean of the Cole Honors College, Dr. Doug Barrett, Dean of the Sanders College of Business and Technology, Ms. Barbie Terry, Associate Vice President for Alumni Relations and Annual Giving, Dr. Justin Carter, President of the UNA Faculty Senate, Dr. Minette Ellis, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Ms. Sherry Stewart, our guest speaker, who will be more formally introduced in a few moments, Dr. Brian Smith, our Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dr. K.C. White, Vice President for Student Affairs. Please join me in welcoming the stage party. Also joining us on stage, to my right and left, are several members of our faculty from the Sanders College whose students are graduating this evening. Please join me in thanking these faculty members for participating in the ceremonies. Colleagues, thank you. Finally, I also want to recognize and thank Professor Devin Underwood, the UNA Studio Jazz Band, and vocalist and alumna Caitlin Barnes for providing the amazing music for these ceremonies. Haven't they been wonderful? And now to our guest speaker. We are honored to have with us tonight an alumna of this university for whom the word trailblazer is most fitting. A native of Florence, Sherry Stewart's advocacy for women's sports and for the female voice in student government began while a student here in the late 1960s. After receiving her bachelor's degree from then Florence State University, a graduate assistantship opportunity took her to Texas to pursue her master's degree. Thereafter, she was hired at what is now Texas A&M Kingsville, where her position in coaching women's basketball and teaching physical education brought into clearer focus the inequalities that then existed between men's and women's collegiate sports. It was still early in her professional career when Title IX of the Educational Amendments of 1972 were enacted by Congress and signed into law by President Nixon. But Ms. Stewart was already motivated and dedicated to seeing that female athletes were treated fairly. Her passion and her work were recognized with an unsolicited job offer to coordinate the women's athletic program at Purdue University in Indiana, where the president there appointed her to the Blue Ribbon Commission to determine how to integrate women's sports fully into the Purdue athletic department. The scope of Title IX was gaining traction nationwide, and through a series of meetings, conferences, and networking with her counterparts at other institutions, Ms. Stewart found herself immersed in the battle for gender equity in collegiate athletics. Not only did her work lead to fair funding of several women's sports programs at Purdue, and her voice having a national platform through Sports Illustrated magazine, but the competitive opportunities that have evolved over the ensuing decades for female student athletes across the country can be credited to her strong advocacy for Title IX. I go back to that word I used earlier, trailblazer. As noted in her biographical sketch on page 37 of your program, Ms. Stewart is now retired from university administration, but she still lives in Indiana, where she owns Jubilee Stables and spends her time enjoying her love of horses. Although her professional career and current responsibilities have taken her a long way from Florence, Alabama, she has been intentional in remaining connected to and supportive of her alma mater through the years. And I want to go off script for just a second here. When we contacted Ms. Stewart about coming to speak at commencement, we obviously do things a little differently at UNA. We have this beautiful auditorium, so instead of doing one huge ceremony, we do a series of smaller ones. And so I asked her if she'd be willing to come down from Indiana and speak at 2 ceremonies on Friday, which is a heavier lift than speaking at one. And she was very gracious and said that she would love to come back, and she agreed to do so. And then we looked at the number of graduates who would be finishing coursework this semester and applying for graduation, and we couldn't get them all into 2 ceremonies on Friday. So I had to call Miss Stewart recently and say, would you be willing to do a 3rd ceremony? And she never hesitated. She said, absolutely, I'd love to do that for our graduates. This is the kind of heart that she has for UNA. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm University of North Alabama welcome home to Miss Sherry Stewart.
Good evening. Welcome, esteemed faculty, graduates, families, and friends. Dr. Kitts, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, and thank you also to you and Vice President Haslam for asking me to speak. It is an honor, and I treasure it. Congratulations, the class of 2026. Let's hear it. Graduates, this is a monumental day in your life. A day of pride, relief, and an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. You did it. You are now an elite member of the World Society of Higher Education to achieve the goal of a college degree. Now let's put that in perspective. Out of roughly just over 5 million people living in Alabama, education data shows that only about 27% have earned a college degree. Welcome to this significant elite membership you have earned. Today is not just the end of a journey, it's the beginning of a new journey. It's the day you officially join the ranks of the world's educated leaders, thinkers, creators, and doers. This is your launch into the next chapter of your life, a career, perhaps marriage, new places to live, new goals to pursue. But here's something I want you to remember. Life is not linear. It doesn't unfold in a neat, straight line. Life is a winding road, taking left turns, right turns, detours, and routes you never expected to take. There will be challenges, and there will be victories you never imagined possible. Your decisions and choices will shape your journey, but through it all, the education you have earned here at UNA is your passport to wide-ranging careers. Let me take you back for a minute. When I graduated from UNA in 1969 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Health, Physical Education, and Recreation, the world watched Neil Armstrong take that historic step onto the moon. The world could hardly believe it. His walk on the moon catapulted all of us into new realms of what is possible. Now, decades later, I see children 8 and 9 years old talking excitedly about living on Mars. The imagination, the ambition, the reach of humanity has grown in ways few of us could have predicted. And so, graduates, as you step into this next phase, remember, you hold the power to accomplish with success. But be ready, because the first few years after graduation can feel like a roller coaster. I thought I had it all planned out. I'd teach for a few years, build my experience, then go back for my master's degree. Life had other plans. Here's how it really went. Year one, I started at Stone Junior High School in Huntsville, Alabama, teaching physical education to seventh, eighth, and ninth graders, and I survived. Year two, thanks to my mentor at UNA, Dr. William Gladwell, he encouraged me and convinced me to accept a graduate assistantship at Texas Woman's University. I packed up, moved to Denton, Texas, and became both a grad student and the women's assistant basketball coach. Year three, having earned my Master of Arts degree with a focus in health, physical education, and recreation from Texas Woman's University, I went to Texas A&I University in Kingsville, Texas. There I was the women's head basketball coach and a physical education instructor, and I stayed for 3 years. Year five, in 1974, I joined Purdue University, West Lafayette, Indiana, as the women's coordinator of athletics and the assistant director of club sports. And that's where my story and an even larger national story took a historic turn. In 1974, just 2 years after Title IX became law, universities across the country were scrambling to try to figure out how to make athletic programs equitable for women. Title IX was new, and not everyone was on board. But as a lifelong advocate for women in athletics, I was ready to help lead that change. I was hired by Purdue to help with the transition of the women's athletic program into full recognition through the application of Title IX. How did I get there? You see, my willingness to stand up and speak out didn't start at Purdue. It started right here at UNA. I was active in women's student government and spent a lot of time in consultation with Dean Pauline Gravely. Her office was over in Bibb Graves Hall, and I lived in Rice Hall. My advocacy for women began with a passion to change the very stringent rules female students had to obey and follow if we were to stay enrolled here. Those walks from Rice Hall to Crammer Way or the old Bibb Graves Hall to meet with Dean Gravely were long, and they gave me time to reflect on my course of action with her. She taught me how to negotiate, how to advocate, and how to speak up, even when it wasn't easy. And those lessons, they came with me to Purdue. Fast forward 6 years, I was now the coordinator of women's athletics at Purdue University in West Lafayette. Out of nowhere, I received a call from Sports Illustrated magazine. They were preparing an expose on how universities were handling women's athletics and Title IX. They had done an expose at the University of Michigan with profound results for the women, and Purdue was next. I said I'd be willing to do an interview, but I needed a week. As soon as I got over that phone call, I picked up the phone and called the office of Purdue President, Dr. Arthur Hansen. I requested a meeting, and his secretary said, he'll meet with you this afternoon. That felt like an oral defense moment. You know that feeling, the one where you've studied, prepared, and absorbed every piece of information you can get your hands on to be prepared. You feel confident and slightly terrified. I gathered my notes, grabbed my briefcase, and made the long walk to Hovde Hall from the COREC at Purdue University. Once again, that long walk from the co-rec to the president's office gave me time for reflection of my argument, my justifications, and the possible consequences. Once there, President Hanson and I got straight to business. We didn't discuss laws or legislation. We talked numbers. We talked about money. At that time, the Division of Recreational Sports sponsored 9 women's sports teams with volunteer coaches and casual uniforms. He wanted to know what it would cost to fully support them. I laid out the figures in front of him, and the tension between us was palpable. He flipped through the papers, stood up, and walked over to one of the 16-foot arched windows behind his desk overlooking the Purdue campus. He clasped his hands behind his back and stared out over the campus deep in thought. Well, this is really dramatic, I thought. I knew this was the moment. I knew he would come back to his desk with an offer, and I had to get ready. He strode back to his desk with purpose, sat down, looked quickly at the figures, and he said, "We simply don't have the funding for 9 women's sports." He paused, and then he said, "We can do 5. My mind raced. It felt like a negotiation, like a poker game. I took a breath, looked him in the eye, and said, "Let's make it 6. He thought for a moment, nodded, and said, "All right, 6. So I left President Hanson with official recognition of the women's varsity athletic program to be a part of the Division of Intercollegiate Athletics. He authorized funding for 6 fully recognized varsity women's sports teams with new uniforms, paid coaches, and a full-time women's athletic director. And just like that, the course of women's athletics at Purdue shifted forever. To this day, I wish I had said 8, just to see if we could have gotten 7. As of today, more than 50 years later, took a while, Purdue University has 9 women's sports. I knew the announcement of varsity recognition would come from the president's office. What of my own director's position with this announcement? He did not know I had been meeting with President Hanson. He would be livid. Would he fire me? I really thought he would, for making the end run around him. The big question was, how was I going to tell 3 coaches and 3 teams they were not a part of the 6 accepted? I went straight to my director's office and told him I had met with the president. He was not happy. I had not told him about the appointment, but he was relieved that the turf war he had been battling between department heads was over. After the dust settled and the big decisions were announced, I was promoted to 1 position, no longer having to do 2, as assistant director of club sports. Looking back, that meeting, that walk, defined much more than a job title. It represented every long walk any of us take when we choose courage over comfort, when we speak for what's right rather than what's easy. I share this story with you today, not just because it's part of my history, but because it's part of yours. Title IX passed more than 50 years ago. It's still shaping this very moment, opening doors into many avenues, not just sports, balancing opportunities, ensuring that effort and talent are what count regardless of gender. You are the inheritors of that legacy. And now you have your own responsibility to build on it to question it, to innovate, and to lead with integrity. So, graduates, as you step into the next step of your journey, remember, you've already proven you can succeed. You've already shown discipline, courage, and resilience. The next steps you take, whether they're long, uncertain, or uphill, will carry you closer to the life you're meant to build. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission to move forward. Knock on the door, walk through it. Speak up with confidence, as you will need to do in your own negotiations. Because whether the path leads across campus, across the country, or all the way to Mars, you have the tools to get there. And now it's time to celebrate. It's time for your adventure to begin. And in the timeless words of Edward R. Murrow, good night and good luck.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart. It's been an honor to have you back at UNA for these commencement ceremonies, and we thank you for those wonderful remarks. It is my pleasure to again introduce the UNA Studio Jazz Band and Ms. Caitlin Barnes for musical selection.
As the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair. As we raise our voices in a solemn prayer, God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America,
Keller Key Award was established as a memorial to the late President James Albert and Mrs. Mary Glenn Keller. A Keller Key is presented at each commencement to honor graduates who, on the basis of having earned all credits for the bachelor's degree at this university, have made the highest scholastic average. Will the following recipients of the Keller Key for this ceremony please proceed to the stage? Charles Jerome Bainter, Liam Paul Hemming, Madison N. Hogan, Selma Juliana Robinson, Malachi James Shadden, Alondra M. Vargas Ramirez. Charles Jerome Bainter completes the Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in accounting. Liam Paul Hemming completes the Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in Human Resources Management. Madison N. Hogan completes the Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in accounting. Selma Juliana Robinson completes the Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in finance. Malachi James Shadden completes the Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in accounting. Alondra M. Vargas Ramirez completes the Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in professional management. For this semester, qualifying for the Keller Key means having a grade point average of at least 4.0 on a 4.0 scale. Please join me in congratulating these recipients.
The Turris Fidelis Award is presented to no more than 2 graduating seniors at fall and spring commencements. The award is determined based on outstanding service to the university and exceptional scholastic achievement. This honor is the highest that can be attained and conferred upon a graduating senior, and recipients are selected by a committee of faculty, staff, and students. Turris Fidelis translates to faithful towers. Symbolically, the tower in UNA's Wesleyan Hall aligns with the Latin phrase Turris Fidelis, which evokes steadfastness, reliability, and unwavering commitment, qualities associated with strength, not just in a physical sense, but in character and community dedication. These descriptors are appropriate for our 2 spring 2026 recipients, both of whom are within this ceremony. Tonight's first recipient of the Turris Fidelis Award is Miss Eleanor Fitz. Miss Fitz, please join me on the stage. Eleanor embodies academic excellence and leadership. As a member of the Dolores and Weldon Cole Honors College, Eleanor has earned a bachelor's in business administration in innovation and entrepreneurship with a 3.97 GPA. As part of her academic path, Eleanor represented UNA in regional, national, and international professional sales competitions as captain of the Steel Elite SEALs team. As the Executive Council Director for Strategy for Women in Business, she planned educational events to support the advancement of women. And as a Sanders College ambassador, She led tours with prospective students and promoted the college at local and regional events. As the campus traditions planner for University Program Council, Eleanor played a key role in enhancing the student experience by designing and delivering events that fostered engagement, connection, and school spirit. In addition to her academic and business leadership work, Eleanor volunteered at Home Free Haven in Florence, assisting the intake process to help create a safe and a comfortable environment for individuals seeking stable housing and brighter futures. Eleanor exemplifies what it means to pursue excellence and lead with purpose. It is my distinct pleasure to recognize Eleanor Fitz as a recipient of the Spring 2026 Turris Fidelis Award. Our next recipient of the Turris Fidelis Award is Miss Madison Hogan. Miss Hogan, will you please join me on stage? Madison has demonstrated excellence both inside and outside the classroom. She's graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a degree in accounting, and as you may have heard, a perfect 4.0 grade point average. In addition to her commitment to her academics, Madison admirably has served the university community. As a SOAR family orientation leader, she helped family members in their transition as students navigated their new experience at UNA so that families could be supported and help us support their students in their success. As a Dolores and Weldon Cole Honors College mentor, Madison helped incoming honors students adjust to and be successful in their UNA journey. Madison was also a LaGrange student ambassador, a LaGrange Society ambassador, as well as serving as treasurer of Phi Mu sorority, and ultimately being selected by her peers to serve as Phi Mu's chapter president. Through these roles, she supported her peers, built strong networks, served others, and represented UNA's fraternity and sorority life community. During Madison's leadership this year, Phi Mu raised over $12,000 for Children's Miracle Network hospitals through their signature event, Bonamu. As she progressed towards graduation, Madison earned numerous honors, including multiple President's List distinctions, induction into Rho Lambda, Order of Omega, and Beta Alpha Psi honor societies. In every arena she has entered, Madison leads with dedication and excellence. It's my distinct pleasure to recognize Madison Hogan as a recipient of the 2026 Turris Fidelis Award.
The Dean of the Sanders College of Business and Technology will now present candidates for the conferral of their respective degrees. Would Dr. Doug Barrett please come forward?
As you are able, would candidates for bachelor's degrees in the Sanders College of Business and Technology please stand and remain standing? President Kitts, it is with great pleasure that I present these candidates to you for the conferral of their bachelor's degrees.
Through the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees for the University of North Alabama, I now bestow upon each of you your respective bachelor's degree. Please move the tassel from the right edge to the left edge of your cap, and congratulations. You may be seated. You entered the auditorium tonight as students, and now you are alumni of the University of North Alabama. And in that regard, our Associate Vice President for Alumni Relations and Annual Giving, Miss Barbie Terry, will come to the podium to bring you greetings.
Thank you, President Kitts. Congratulations. Today marks a milestone that you have worked toward for years, and it is a privilege to be with you today as you walk across the stage and enter whatever comes next. As the Chief Alumni Officer for UNA, I have the unique privilege to see not only where you've been, but where you're going. And I can tell you with confidence that when you graduate, you don't leave UNA. You just join the part of something even bigger. You join the alumni family. I know that probably seems really distant to you right now, but it's significant. You're joining a network of people around the world who want you to be successful and want to help you be successful. In your graduation bag, you'll find a note from one of our Alumni Association board members. It's a small reminder that your connection doesn't end today. In fact, we hope that it grows with every phase of your life. Whether you come back for homecoming, which we hope you will, or mentor a student, or just stay connected with your friends, stay connected. We hope you'll be visible in your communities. We hope that you'll let others that want to follow in your footsteps see UNA in you every day. Let UNA continue to be a part of your story, as you are now a part of our story forever. So as you get ready to walk across the stage, breathe, take it all in, and think about the memories that you've made here. But also know that no matter where you go or what you do, UNA will always be home. We are proud of you, we are excited for you, and we are so happy to welcome you into the Alumni Association. Congratulations and War Lions.
Thank you, Ms. Terry. Graduates, it's your time on the stage. All the preliminaries are over, and we are now prepared to welcome you up individually to recognize you for the hard work that brings you here this evening. Will the marshals please begin conducting the candidates to the platform?
Anna Caroline Oglesby. Miss Oglesby will have her diploma cover presented by her father, Dr. Matt Oglesby, Assistant Professor of Management. Chase Allen Roundtree. Austin James Perkins. Barrett Matthew Hill. Luis Adrian Sanchez. Kelson Thomas Moore. Phoenix Lynn Kloss, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Brenna Rose McDaniel. Zoe Elizabeth Organ. Gunnar Sorensen Schmidt, cum laude, Cole Honors College. Thomas Hayden Freeman, summa cum laude. Meghanath Reddy Mulinti. Renaja Diamond Lee Kane. Brody Lee Gravett. Joshua Ryan Bradley, cum laude. Joshua Allen Nettle, cum laude. Shelby Blake Stanley, cum laude. Logan Kenneth Smith, magna cum laude. J. Dilip Patel, summa cum laude. Christopher Price Cannon. Emily Elizabeth Bates, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Sophia Rose Rouse, cum laude, Cole Honors College. Andrew Hudson Millar, magna cum laude. Seth W. Mitchell, Cole Honors College. Benjamin Blake Frazier, cum laude, Cole Honors College. Amber Grace Halsey, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Catherine Elizabeth Stark, cum laude. Hannah E. Call, Cole Honors College. Carly Mayling Copley, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Caleb Austin Steffen. Haley Ray Martin. Jacob Reed Tucker, cum laude. Brock Lyndon Kilgore, cum laude. Connor Lake Sanford. Colby M. Reynolds. Noah Blaine Sullivan. Dakota Ray Howard. Samuel Avery Cantrell. William D. Lebo. Trey Walker Kraft, magna cum laude. Drew B. McDonald. Kayla E. Minot. Audrey Caroline Richards, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Ashley N. Walker. Alexander Scott Nunley. Iverson Silas Estes. William Ryan McDonald. Brandon Gerardo Zuniga. Erica H. Beasley, cum laude, Cole Honors College. Olivia Carly Sharpston, magna cum laude. Van Douglas Hamlin. Leah Elizabeth Coriel. Gracie R. Brooks, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Preya Saurabukumar Patel. Martin Ali Martinez. Natsumi Iwasaki. Shion Kashaba, magna cum laude. John Oscar Sebastian Bungston, magna cum laude. Robert Corey Maher, magna cum laude. Jameson Kane Moon. Dayton Kane Howell, magna cum laude. Stephanie Congolo Asani, magna cum laude. Karel Oluwa Kisoku, cum laude. Jemima A. Muswil Kuchek. Gloria Nikembo Biolo, cum laude. Plamidi Lunkiba Joni, cum laude. Ein Huang Tuan No, magna cum laude. Tan Long Li. Hannah Elizabeth Lanier, cum laude. Allison Ornelas, summa cum laude. Logan Bradley Holman. Joseph Anthony Labisco III, magna cum laude. John Cooper Rice, cum laude. Riley Alexander Johnston. Jonathan Braden Austin, magna cum laude. Jessica Lynn McWhirter, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Lily Beth Summers, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Ivy Elizabeth Scott, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Lainey Grace Bain. Jackson Isaiah Harvey, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Grayson Michael Wargo, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Cohen Brad Cantrell. Emma Grace Harper, summa cum laude. Audrey Caroline Pierce. Faith Ann Shelby. Lily Caroline Gibson. Cameron Jade Hayes. Roman Paul Baudry, Cole Honors College. Caden M. Trousdale, cum laude. Colton R. Schaefer. Leo Donovan Lewis. Malachi James Shadden, summa cum laude. Cooper Lyndon Lovett. Nathaniel R. Ogletree. Kaylee Alexis Bennett, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Ivy Louise Isbell. Dylan Goodwin. Wesley Dylan Smith, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Nicholas Brandon German. Philip D. Burnett. Sarah Elizabeth Friels, summa cum laude. Ivan Blake Carter. Ethan Bain Smith. Laura Bell Lemoyne, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Lydia Abigail Sparks, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Charles Jerome Bainter, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Alexandra R. Hooper. Zachary Salim Nasser, summa cum laude, Elizabeth Jade Robertson, magna cum laude. Molly Elizabeth Triplett. Catherine Margarita Sanchez, cum laude. Olivia Lauren Heinert, magna cum laude. Alexandra Christine Vernsey. Elizabeth Susan Foote. Madeline Olivia Fleming. Madison Lindsay Adams, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Blake Daniel Willis, magna cum laude. Lucas Wilburn Hastings, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Daniel Johnson Box. John C. Saylor. Grace Marie Miner. Ella Ashton Wolf. Tate McHenry Pierce. Selma Juliana Robinson, summa cum laude. Haley Brooke Benish. Addie Elizabeth Bacon. Anna Beth Oliver, magna cum laude. Wallace Connor Cook, cum laude. Nilson Fortin, summa cum laude. Eleanor Amelia Fitz, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Dusty Tripp Tice. Madison Noel Hogan, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Abigail Nicole McElwee, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Lydia Grace Clemens, Cole Honors College. Angel Emmanuel Cruz, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Kristen Abby Humphreys, magna cum laude, Cole Honors College. Emma Rose Bradford. Elizabeth Savannah Welburn, magna cum laude. Ava Tutti Johanna Ristola. Alondra M. Vargas Ramirez, summa cum laude. Stephen James Strickland, cum laude. Liam Paul Hemming, summa cum laude. Emma Noel Reeves, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Autumn Rain Wilson, summa cum laude, Cole Honors College. Carrie Lee Prestige. Savannah Lee Williams. Brooke Renee Taylor, cum laude, Cole Honors College.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me as we honor all these graduates with a well-deserved round of applause. Graduates, you can stand up and thank them for their support. Thank you. Thank you. If everyone would be seated for just another few minutes. These are very happy days in the life of our university, and it's great to feel the excitement in the room. Graduates, we commend you for the hard work, sacrifices, perseverance that have led you to the platform this evening, and we're proud of you. And I want you to hear that and really internalize it. We're very, very proud of you. You've conducted yourselves with grace, maturity, and compassion as students here, and that makes UNA stand out in a wonderful way. And I know that you'll continue to represent your alma mater very well now. As you leave this university to make your mark in the world, I have only one request. Carry UNA in your heart wherever you go. Take this wonderful, beautiful, historically important, dynamic university, carry it in your heart wherever you go, and when you meet fellow alumni, do it with Roar Lions. And know that we send our very best wishes with you. I would like to thank Dr. Brian Smith, Dr. Casey White, Dr. Doug Barrett, Miss Barbie Terry, Dr. Manette Ellis, and Dr. Jana Beaver for their assistance with this evening's program. And we thank each of you in the audience for joining us to celebrate these graduates. And finally, to all the moms here, happy Mother's Day weekend. Let's hear it for the moms, right? If everyone would now please rise for the playing of the alma mater.